away here. 5 minutes till kick off in the clash of titans in Group F. It's Netherlands versus Japan. Netherlands 8th and Japan 18th in the newest FIFA World Rankings. As the national anthems are being sung, we will prepare for this massive game. You can see my prediction down below. I think there will be an upset in Group F. Japan will beat Netherlands by 2-1 with a Ritsu Doan winner in the 81st minute. Anyway, who else is surprised about the Netherlands starting lineup? I am. I'm seeing Van de Ven at left back, when you've got a perfectly good Nathan Ake or Gertrude or Jarell Hato on the bench, but you've chosen Van de Ven as your left back. Oh well. Anyway, Daniel Marlin at striker as well. You've got Veghorst and Depay sat on the bench. Crescencio Somerville has been picked to start as well, over the likes of Kluivert, Lang. Yeah, I forgot to mention Brighton Brabby on the bench as well. He could have started over Marlon. I think the midfield is spot on. I think you could have got that a lot better. The back line, keeper's perfect. I'm just worried about Somerville, Marlon, and Van de Ven. I don't think they belong there. Yeah, it's just said Crescencio Somerville made its international debut only 11 days ago. Well, that's why I'm surprised he's starting. But he got a perfectly good Justin Kluivert right there, who has been proven in the Premier League. He's been scoring goals all season for Bournemouth. In the underrated Japan side consists of Kubo from La Liga in Real Sociedad, Maeda, who scored the title-winning goal for Celtic in the Scottish Premiership. You got a few players from Eredivisie, including Ueda and Watanabe from Feyenoord. And they've got a few Premier League stars. Matoma, who had to sit out through injury, same with Wataru Endo. He's retired from the national team now after playing out the World Cup with an injury. Daichi Kamada is the one remaining player who started, the one remaining player who's left, who started with the squad as a Premier League player. Mitoma and Lando both had to pull out due to injury, so repping the Japanese colours from the Premier League. Our countdown to kick off here. Tiani Reinders will get us underway for the Netherlands. And we are underway. Verbruggen goes long straight away. Big header in there from Ito. Hecker just hooks it into the centre. Wader. Dyson Maida. Maida cuts inside there. He almost caused Gravenberg a problem straight away. But anyway. Cody Gakpo. That looked promising nice and early in Dallas. Gakpo almost sent in Daniel Marlon. Van de Ven's on the floor. Kubo pleading for a foul there, but he doesn't get one. De Jong. Van Dijk. Cody Gakpo. Van de Ven. It's Van Dijk. Bruggen with a lot of time on his hands. Passes to his Brighton teammate Jan-Paul van Hecker. Hecker. Dijk. It's a long ball, well won by Ito. Now Frankie de Jong. Very casual in that bright, vibrant orange colour of the Netherlands. Oh, it's a brilliant touch. He's up against Ritsu Doan, the Japanese captain, who fills in for Taru Endo as that new leader of the Blues, of the Samurai Blue. Somerville. He has Dumfries on the overlap. Can't find Dumfries because he took a bit too long on the ball. Has to go across to Van Hecker, who now finds Van Dijk and tries a different route through the left. Cody Gakpo finds the killer pass to Daniel Marlon, who turns and shoots, and that is a brilliant save early on from Suzuki. Daniel Marlon with the first chance of the game, and it is a very, very good shot on goal. He spent a lot of time dawdling on the ball there, didn't he, Daniel Marlon? Taniguchi just lost him a bit as Marlon finally turned away from him, and eventually it was a very, very good save to deny Marlon. It was a very powerful shot from the Roma forward. Flash mob in the box. A lot of orange shirts crowding Suzuki. That doesn't matter as Ito powers the corner from Tiani Reinders with his head out of the box. Netherlands 0, Japan 0. Just showing the Suzuki save again. I mean, it's not the most convincing of saves from Suzuki, but he got enough on it to tip it over the crossbar. Van Hecker lets Van Dijk's pass run through to Denzel Dumfries of Inter Milan. Frankie de Jong. Oh, Somerville's just genuinely not wide enough there. Gravenberg takes the central route, and the first time ball by Daniel Marlon almost found Crescencio Somerville creeping around the back of Watanabe there. Suzuki. That's a very good long ball, but no, Japan player was mobile enough to reach it before Jan-Paul van Hecke. Oh, it's big Virgil van Dijk. Denzel Dumfries. Van Hecke. It's basically just Van Hecke and Van Dijk just passing it around at the back, slowly waiting, playing the waiting game. Ronald Koeman's Netherlands, waiting for Japan to make an error, so Netherlands can force a pass through the Japanese lines. But Netherlands are the first to make a mistake here. Nakamura has possession. Nakamura was fouled by Mickey van der Ven. Nakamura dances past Mickey van der Ven. Expect better from a Premier League player in van der Ven. Movements were so stiff, and while Nakamura just had the skill to move around Mickey van der Ven, to say he's been Real Madrid and Liverpool and all of that, didn't seem too active there. Nakamura of the French Ligue 2 danced around him, and Daichi Kamada sends the following free kick to the back post, and I think there was an overhead kick in there from Dyson Maeda, but the referee's assistant flag is up anyway. Ray headed back across goal anyway by Sano. Jime Moriyasu taking notes on the early stages of this game. Well, Ronald Koeman watches on, probably thinking about what he can do to break down the strong defensive lines of Japan. I heard Seb Hutchinson say in the World Cup quarterfinals in '94, we suffered defeat to Brazil here in Dallas, where this game is being held now. So maybe there will be a bit of deja vu here. Maybe a little bit of Japan that upset the Dutch here. And the delivery to Wader at the back post was very, very good. It had lots of power, and now Nakamura, he's left the ball behind as he was about to take on Denzel Dumfries, but Ito find Kamada, and well, I think he was searching for Ritsu Doan, but that pass was definitely well off the mark. Not very good from Taichi Kamada. And I take this goal kick and lay it off to Bartha Rugen. Goes long. Cody Gakpo wins the first flick on. Japan are not making any errors, and they're just watching, pressuring the Netherlands back line. Just like Van der Ven almost lost the ball to Dyson Maeda then. Van der Ven. Virgil van Dijk. Now Crescencio Summerfield dropping deep, allowing Dumfries to fly forward for the Netherlands. Van Hecke finds a long ball, but to no avail because Ritsu Doan was the man there to just take it away from Cody Gakpo and out for the throw-in. Van Hecke. ball was absolutely horrendous. It leaves the goal kick out to Ito of Bayern Munich. The referee stopping for something. Maybe the ball is still near him. Maybe the ball was outside the 6-yard box when Ito took it, and I think that was the reason. Ito then plays it short to Suzuki, lifts one into the centre of the pitch where Van Dijk comes out of position, head it forward to Crescencio Somerville, whose touch was extremely poor. Now Nakamura has a lot of space to drive into through the centre, and now Ritsu Doan plays his football in Frankfurt in the Bundesliga. Kamada, Ito, Eisenmeider, won back by Van Hecke, and then Van Hecke was pickpocketed by Nakamura. Sana of Mainz, another player who plays in the Bundesliga from Japan. Ritsu Doan. That pass was poor and off the mark. Virgil van Dijk just there to clear it and get rid of any possible dangers that could hurt the Netherlands. Kamada. Kamada. I let it run. Now De Jong in the turn of possession. A lovely counter-attacking chance for the Netherlands, and Cody Gakpo cannot stick his leg out and try to keep possession for the Netherlands. And now Japan have the ball back in their favour. Sano. Right. Ito. Taniguchi. Sano. Watanabe. Sano again. Ito. Eisenmeider. Ito. Oh, so beautiful long ball from Taniguchi to Maeda, and he wins a corner for Japan. Brilliant pace and control from Dyson Maeda. He notices Denzel Dumfries coming across to make a challenge and just smashes it against him. Easy way to win. Set piece there. Kamada. Kamada, nice little delivery. Force 2. Watanabe. Kamada. Nakamura. Did have a good ball in the overlap. And now there was Taniguchi and Dyson Maeda asking for another corner to Japan there. We're sliding in, arriving at the near post, looking to flick it over about the Bruggen, unable to do so. Another brilliant run from the Japanese centre back into the penalty area. Taniguchi. Yeah, I think that might actually be a corner, but the referee says don't it. I think Dyson Maeda was right there. Van de Ven. Van Dijk. Jan-Paul van Hekken. Into Dumfries. Somerville. Dancing past Nakamura. That's a brilliant delivery. He's back with Kubo now for Japan. Looking to launch counter-attack now. Risu Doan. Oh, he's past Van de Ven, and he might have won a throw-in for Japan, and he has. Maida. Doan. Late arriving, trying to win the ball back now. Ryan Gravenberg. Daniel Marlon. Cody Gakpo. And now Marlon breaking through. Isn't able to get a shot away because Taniguchi's challenge is perfect. Van Hekker. Van de Ven. Frankie de Jong. Hekker. Cody Gakpo. Frankie de Jong. Nice in there from Tiani Reinders. Going back for Van Hekker. Now Somerville. Van Hekker again. De Jong again. De Jong finds Cody Gakpo. Gakpo. And the flick for Gakpo back again from Mickey van der Ven. And thrown to the Netherlands. After a physical challenge from Mickey van der Ven. Barged over Kubo and it's come off Kubo for the throw-in. Reinders. De Jong. Somerville. Van Hekker. Now Virgil van Dijk. Mickey van der Ven. Cody Gakpo. Quick feet. Finds Tiani Reinders of Manchester City. So a few games on the bench this season, but he's come on. He's smart when he scores. He always makes an impact for Manchester City, whether he scores or assists or just has a very good game, especially against Newcastle. What I've witnessed anyway. Van de Ven and Paul Van Hecker. Or high pressure. Ends up fouling Paul Van Hecker. It's a very harsh foul, of course, but it is a foul. Van de Ven, Gakpo, back with Van de Ven. Now Netherlands just back to passing it across their back line, waiting for a killer pass to come available, just like that. But if Ryan's touch was a bit better, that would have been perfect. Now Van de Ven is back home with Verbruggen. That was brilliant from Van Hecker. Just took a few touches forward, found that killer pass with Tiani Reinders, but that touch in the Manchester City midfielder was abysmal. Now, oh, nutmeg. That was filthy from Gakpo, but looking for Watanabe, which Doan has the ball back. Kubo, Ito, Nakamura, Kamada, Kamada, still Kamada, just rolling the ball across centre midfield. Taguchi, which Doan almost flipped it towards Kubo, and we'll have our first hydration break of the game. Netherlands 0, Japan 0. Netherlands have pretty much controlled all the possession, but just by passing it across their back line, waiting for Japan to make a mistake and leave a wide open space for one of the centre backs to play that killer pass in behind for Gakpo or Somerville or Dumfries or Van de Ven or anyone who's basically in there. Marlon, if they could find that killer pass by playing the waiting game, they will. But if you're talking dangerous attacking, that one has to go to Japan because Japan are looking to get forward when they get the ball, not necessarily pumping it long. They're working Netherlands fullbacks, especially down Nakamura's side, because sometimes it's just Somerville back there because Denzel Dumfries is more of an attacking fullback and he is up the pitch most of the time attacking while Somerville drops deep and receives the ball and then plays him on the overlap. So if they can exploit some space down Netherlands' right hand side using Nakamura, using Ito, using Maeda, Japan will probably win this game because they've exploited some of the space behind so far. They're reluctant to always go down that left hand side, and they most of the time they back out and go over to the right and use Ritsu Doan, and then they get stopped. But they getting stopped some of the time anyway if they go down Dumfries' side because Dumfries is a rapid fullback and he is back before you know it. So Japan can't take their time when they're in those positions. They have to be more creative and they need to take more shots at goal because they've not tested Bart Verbruggen like Netherlands have tested Suzuki in those early stages. It needs to be better from both sides if any of them want to take the lead before half time. At the moment, Netherlands 0, Japan 0, and rightly so. Players flood back onto the pitch after the hydration break. Just stop then. And Maida, like we said, exploiting the space down the right. Actually, Kamada, ball seemed to hold up and didn't seem to fly towards Ritsu Doan at the back post, ready to flick it back across goal. Anyway, walking forward is Taguchi. Time, isn't it? Sano, Kamada, Ritsu Doan. Sano. Oh, Nakamura now. Using his flashy pace and skills to evade Dumfries. Doesn't take on Dumfries, but then takes on Somerville. Kamada. Sano. Doan. Nice killer pass. And the Wader lays it off. Oh, and he can't get a shot off Nakamura. And this time, it was to Hiroki Ito, who smashes it well over the crossbar. And, well, Ito should have done better. That soars high above the crossbar. But a brilliant touch back from Wader to get it to Kubo. And then Nakamura's shot was blocked eventually. Or was it just Kubo who took the shot? I wasn't sure who actually took the shot there. I couldn't see the number on the back of their shirt. It's easy to tell who Doan and Maida are because they've got bleached hair. Van Hecker. Van de Ven. Virgil van Dijk. Cody Gakpo. Under pressure from Doan and Kubo. Goes to Van de Ven. So Netherlands back to playing the waiting game with Japan. Gakpo. Oh, finds Van de Ven in a pocket of space, but unable to find Marlin in the 6-yard box. Japan crowded that area with a load of blue shirts. Samurai Blue survived for now because Ito was the man who to clear it in the danger area, and now Ryan Gravenbeck. Out Jan-Paul van Hecker. Jan-Paul van Hecker on the turn. Frankie de Jong. Gakpo. Dancing feet to Tiani Reinders. Good header in there from Ito. Flicked further away by Kamada. Wader taking his time to press the Netherlands. The Netherlands go through Cody Gakpo again. And Gakpo lifts it to the back post where Denzel Dumfries is, and he nods it onto the roof of the net. Netherlands, for that spell of 2 minutes, were not playing the waiting game. They were using Cody Gakpo to their advantage. Dancing feet, quick step overs, fancy skills, and then the cross into the box. Denzel Dumfries, from an impossible angle, was meant to head that in, but instead flicks it onto the roof of the net. Now Daniel Marlin. Drop ball for some reason. Anyway, De Jong, Van Hecker, Crescencio Somerville, Nakamura stood him up well there. Now Dumfries. Jan-Paul van Hecke. Van de Ven. Quick 1-2 with Cody Gakpo. Netherlands back to this old waiting system. Denzel Dumfries now. Van Hecke again. Van Dijk again. They're going to use Cody Gakpo again. Now they swapped it to the right hand side. Ryan Gravenberch. Virgil van Dijk. Liverpool teammates working together there. Good teamwork. Brilliant from Richard Darn to step across Cody Gakpo, and they have won the throw-in without a issue. Around 15 minutes of this half to go. Cody Gakpo in a dangerous area for the Netherlands, and a dangerous cross is headed away by Taniguchi. Jan-Paul van Hecke. Dumfries to Somerville. Back to van Hecke. One thing I can comment about the Netherlands is their defensive line is pushed really high up the pitch. Denzel Dumfries. Daniel Marlon. Daichi Kamada. Good pressing from Marlon. Wins the ball back for the Netherlands. But Taniguchi. Brilliant defending. Stood him up really well. It was a 3v1 back there. Marlon was looking to square the ball. Miscommunication from my end. And Kamada back there, but Taniguchi saves Japan for now. And Tiani Reinders hopefully will improve from his horrible corner last time. Reinders, that's a better delivery, and the header was spilt by Suzuki, but it's back out with Reinders, and the header this time from Mickey van der Ven is over the top, and Suzuki with a massive save, but also with some other massive damage almost. It's a great header from Daniel Marlon. Suzuki gets his knee down like he's going to collect it, but sort of spills it in front of Taniguchi, who smashes it away with a big clearance back to Tiani Reinders. But that was high risk but with high reward, because it kept Japan level. That is a massive reward when you're playing the Netherlands. You do not want to go one behind against these, because they have a strong defensive line and they will just pass it around you until the final whistle. England learned that the hard way when they played them in the Euros, but then they got a really dodgy penalty, and then it was a foot race to the finish, which England won and eventually lost the final to Spain. The referee gives a free kick to Netherlands for a handball by Nakamura, which everyone was appealing for, as Ryan Gravenberch smashed the ball against Nakamura's arm. And Tiani Reinders is ready to fire the ball into the penalty area for the Dutch. His last delivery from the corner was good. Let's see how his in-swinging delivery is from this free kick. A great delivery from Reinders, and this time was headed down at the back post by Denzel Dumfries, and Cody Gakpo slides in and gets so far under the ball. it's over the crossbar, and Japan are lucky again not to be a goal down. You'd expect Cody Gakpo to be more clinical from there and not send the ball flying into row Z, but you know, he's disappointed in himself, and play is going to have a wait to restart because Watanabe is doing his shoelaces. Van de Ven has got a throw in for the Dutch here. Van de Ven launches a throw in down the line and headed out of play by Watanabe. And Van de Ven take two, another throw in, this time not down the line but backwards to captain Virgil van Dijk. Big Virgil. And De Jong on the turn. What a touchdown by Crescencio Somerville after that long ball from Virgil van Dijk. He's got Nakamura to contend with now, Crescencio Somerville of West Ham United. Brilliant skill, just kept turning back on himself, cutting inside, sending in the delivery, which was not as good as the build up to it. Now big Virgil van Dijk and Jan-Paul van Hecke will be back at the waiting game now. Denzel Dumfries. Yeah, the same thing. They're just passing it around the back. The Dutch, they've been doing it for a solid 40 minutes. Apart from those 5 minutes when they weren't doing it and just attacking through Cody Gakpo. And they realised that wasn't working, and then they've gone back to this again. Reinders. Over to Denzel Dumfries, whose pass was intercepted by Nakamura because Reinders' pass lacked pace and Dumfries was waiting for the ball to come to himself, and well, in doing so he was tackled by Nakamura. Nakamura representing the French Ligue 2 from Stade de Reims. Brilliant football club because Newcastle have signed Evan Jowan from that club, so I'm forever happy. But we will not be starting at Poe. We need to give the young lad a chance and leave Trafford at Man City, because no point signing two keepers in the 20s because one's never going to play. Van Hecke. Dumfries. Van Hecke. Van Hecke. Still. Dumfries. Gakpo. Now Mickey van der Ven. Reinders receives it on the half turn. Shit. That hurt. I like too much. Ow. Ow. Anyway, away is dies of Maida. Nakamura. Round Somerville. Round Dumfries. Sends in the delivery and it was well off target and it loops up and over and out of play. Ooh. Faulted Nakamura at the back post. It bounced in front of him. And that is the closest sight of goal that the Japanese have had. What a touch from Nakamura! Just sets it in front of him. And he actually grazes the side netting on the way through, and Nakamura just puts it wide. Wider. Oh, he's broken behind the Netherlands defence and he's smashed it against the side netting. Two big chances in a row for Japan there. Somerville, Joe Van Dijk, Cody Gakpo now. That's him. Joe Van Dijk, Frenkie de Jong, 30 yards from goal. Denzel Dumfries, Crescencio Somerville, Van Hecker again. Move past Nakamura. Very mobile, Jan-Paul Van Hecker. Nakamura, very slow to react to Van Hecker's movements there. And with a minute to go, there is a corner to Netherlands. And his corner, well, it wasn't a bad header. It was straight at Suzuki in the end. That is the half-time whistle. In Dallas, it is half-time. Netherlands are level with Japan. Japan have been better if you're talking about attacking chances. They've hit the side netting twice. They're looking to get forward using Nakamura and Ritsu Doan to their advantage. Maeda, he's got in behind and had a few shots on goal. Same with Wada, but not enough to really test Verbruggen. They've not really had shots on target, unlike the Netherlands. They've had shots on target. Some of them have been tame, but some of them have really, really tested Suzuki in the Japan goal. Half time, we are stalemated for now. Netherlands 0, Japan 0. He kicked off, he kicked off, he kicked off for the second half. It's Gravenberch. Almost found Marlin in there, but he's actually won the second and third ball there, Gravenberch. Some great determination to win the ball back. I think Netherlands have just been slightly the better side, and I'd be happier if I was Ronald Koeman at half time than I think Moriyasu would be. Because I think Netherlands have controlled the game really well, controlled the game better than Japan. Japan, they've hit a few times on the counter. They've not really troubled Netherlands too hard, and that's where I think Moriyasu needs to tell Japan what they're doing wrong at that point, because they need to use the counter-attacking method more effectively so they can take shots on target and they can get more clear-cut chances against Bart Verbruggen of Brighton. Van Hecker. Now Somerville. And Ryan Gravenberch fires the cross across goal. And there was no orange shirt in there to finish it. Watanabe, Taniguchi, Hiroki Ito. Morata tried his best to keep the ball in play for Japan, but the ball had left the field of play before Nakamura could make any contact with the Trionder, the World Cup ball of the 2026 edition. Kamada. Japan asking for something in there. I think they're asking for a foul on Sano, but they won't get it. But what they will get is a throw-in, which means possession. Hiroki Ito. Japan need to be a lot more careful with possession here, because they've just given it straight back to Netherlands there, trying to send Wader through on goal. And De Jong. That was a nice through ball from Van Dijk, trying to start a counter-attack for Netherlands, but Gravenberg slowed the play right down. And will Netherlands play the possession game again? In fact, Gakpo on the left. Will he have a run at Doan? Yes, he will. Oh, and he's driven past Doan. And that is a free kick to the Netherlands. Beautiful knock-on dribble from Cody Gakpo, and Doan in his way brings himself and Cody Gakpo down to the ground. Well, Tiani Ryan, does he look fucking cheap? Trying to move the ref's spray, but of course the refs know it isn't time to move it back. Netherlands, Randers' deliveries from set pieces have actually been very good so far this game. Let's see if he can do anything from this one. It's a good delivery from Tiani Randers, this time to the near post, headed away by Watanabe. Ryan Gravenberg. That's a good delivery as well. And Virgil van Dijk's header is in off the post. And Netherlands have taken the lead against Japan at the start of this second half. And it is the big captain, Virgil van Dijk, who has scored the most accurate of headers. That is Netherlands' first goal of World Cup 2026. And what a goal to score, Virgil van Dijk. The Liverpool boys combining as one for the Dutch to make a goal worth watching again, because some brilliant football there. Receiving the ball, Gravenberg on the turn just opens up his body and sends in a peach of a delivery, and Van Dijk fires a terrific header towards goal. It's squeezed in off the post. Van Dijk watching there, hoping and praying that that'll squeeze in, and it does, past Suzuki off the post. And Ronald Koeman is the happiest man in the building, because his side has taken a 1-0 lead and has taken the lead of Group F. Standing header from Virgil van Dijk. I don't know why they're showing if Van Dijk was offside or onside or not. He's definitely onside. He's about a metre onside. Bartha Bruggen just taking his time, just touching the ball forward. Van de Ven, Cody Gakpo, gives away possession, but wins it straight back again due to Sano's poor pass. Now away Mickey van der Ven drives it back into a central area for Jan-Paul van Hecke. And now Denzel Dumfries. Jan-Paul van Hecke. Virgil van Dijk. Van Hecke. Dijk. Van Hecke again. Thought he'd been a bit more careful with possession, especially now they're leading. Just decided to play a killer ball through, and it's back with Japan and back with Suzuki. Suzuki rolls the ball out quickly to Ito. Kamada gives the ball back to the Netherlands, and now here is Cody Gakpo. Watanabe stood strong. Then throwing to Virgil van Dijk and Mickey van der Ven. Still Dumfries, Van Hecke, Van Dijk, Van der Ven. Like we said in the first half, one of the hardest things to do is to come back from 1-0 down against the Dutch. Playing possession-based football, they're going to sit back a lot more now. Ronald Koeman's Netherlands. The only way to hurt them when they're playing possession football is like this is press them, hope they make an error, and then hit them on the counter, or hope for a set piece. The Netherlands are very good when they take the lead to hold them off. Van Hecke. Please. Oh, nice little ball there for Ryan Gravenberg. Crescencio Somerville was in there as well. He's down on the floor next to the advertising boards. I'm assuming he'll get up, but what a pass that is from Dumfries. Ito was not quick enough to hold off Somerville, but Sano in there to clean up for Japan. Kubo. And here's Japan's style of play on the counter, but Kamada loses possession, and that's a prime example of forcing a mistake as well. Because Verbruggen, under pressure, has to slice it out of play. And now, Sano. Kubo. And here is prime counter-attacking Japan, and Nakamura almost got Wader in there. But they go to try again. Nakamura. Better from Japan. Kubo. Can he put in a delivery? He's got 3 Netherlands players around him. Way to strike! And he's in the back of the net! And Nakamura has equalised for Japan. We said hit them where it hurts. They capitalised from a mistake from Verbruggen. He kicked it out of play. Straight from the throw-in. Straight from counter-attacking football. Japan are back, baby. And Nakamura has put it in the back of the net. And what a strike that is as well. He hit it through the crowd. And what a crowd it was on the edge of the area to smash it through as well. And let's appreciate the Kubo pass. He had Dumfries, he had De Jong, and he had Van der Ven surrounding him. And Nakamura on the turn, cuts inside, takes a little deflection off Van Hecke. Or did it take a deflection off Doan? or it comes off Doan, that might be offside, but the deflection takes it past Bart Verbruggen, and that is a great shot from Nakamura. The deflection aids it on the way in off Van Hecke, but at the end of the day, that affects them. It's 1-1, and we said that's how Japan needed to go about their business to break Netherlands down. They did exactly that, and they're level with one of their only shots on target so far, and it's the Ligue 2 player from Stade de Reims, Nakamura. Dumfries. Gravenberg. Almost found Denzel Dumfries again. Anyway, yeah, that was very, very poor defending from Netherlands. I said they were good when they got a 1-0 lead. They would sit back, be passive, keep possession. But I didn't mean that passive, that they'd stand off Kubo when they have 3 men around him. And Suzuki comes to claim a Dumfries throw-in. But I think the throw-in will be retaken because Taniguchi was wrestling with Cody Gakpo in there. I expect the Dutch to be better there, to be fair. Some poor defending. Netherlands have just won a corner here. Gianni Reinders is going to swing in an outswinging ball. Well, it's a great delivery, but Van Hecke couldn't make clean contact. And here we go. Prime Japan counter-attacking football. Here we go. Wade is away. Oh, and Somerville's chopped him down, and this will probably be a booking, right? Yeah. A yellow card for Crescencio Somerville. That's probably the right thing to do tactically, because you do not want Japan getting away with pace like that. It's exactly how they hurt Germany, how they hurt Spain in the last World Cup, and how they hurt when they got knocked out by Croatia. They will want revenge in this World Cup, and that equaliser sure got them in the mood for this game again. Kubo and Kamada over this free kick. Ritsu Doen having a few words with Kubo as well. 2 arms in the air from Taki Kubo. Taking the time with it. Kubo sends in the delivery, headed out by Virgil van Dijk. Only as far as Nakamura. Will he release another shot like that? He did try it. It rebounds off the back of Denzel Dumfries. And now, will Japan keep going the way they are? Yes. Kamada with an ambitious pass to Nakamura, and it works. And Nakamura slides in Dyson Maeda, and the delivery drops right at the back post, where Ritsu Doan should be. But where is he? I have no idea. Probably further back. But Takefusa Kubo helps up Crescencio Somerville, who's gone down in the middle as well. Very, very good. That is a very, very good strike from Nakamura. Van Dijk, Van Hecker. My TikTok at the end of this group stage, I'll put probably an edit of the best goals from the group stages, and Nakamura's goal against the Dutch will probably be one of them that's up there. Same with Van Dijk's header. It was a very good header, very accurate. It had to be very accurate to beat Suzuki from there. Oh! And I was speaking, Crescencio Somerville has whipped in an absolute banger. And the Dutch are back in front against Japan yet again. And, well, it's that man, Crescencio Somerville, who I wasn't sure deserved a place in the starting 11. But he has proved me wrong right there. And curled in Netherlands' second goal and the goal that puts Netherlands back into a goal lead. Oh, and how has he got it past Suzuki from there? Cuts inside Nakamura. Ito standing off, turns his back, and then in off the post as well. What a goal from Crescencio Somerville of West Ham United. That is a very, very good goal. As we were talking about very good goals, you've got Crescencio Somerville, who's just put in that. Netherlands 2, Japan 1. And Crescencio Somerville points to the skies for a goal that belongs in the heavens. 2-1 to the Netherlands. Wow. I forgot I got the assist. Was it Gravenberg again? Just showing the replay of the goal again. Yeah, it was Gravenberg. His second assist of the game. Brilliant stuff from him. That goal was just fucking electric. 3 very good goals in this game. And I have enjoyed myself today. I think this has been a very good tactical battle between Moriyasu and Koeman, which Ronald Koeman is obviously currently winning. Now, Netherlands will play the waiting game again, just knocking it round the back, and Japan will have to do what they did with their first goal, force an error and hit them on the counter. But it's Netherlands who are hitting on the counter right now, and Cody Gakpo dances past 1 and 2 Japanese players. Ritsu Doan left for dead, sent to the fucking shot, mate, and then Ito on the floor before his shot was blocked eventually by Taniguchi. I wonder who will make the first change of this game. Oh, it will be Japan right now. It will be Daisen Maeda coming off. Daisen Maeda is coming off for show me his full name. Now I've got to go and check. Junior Ito from Genk comes on for Daisen Maeda. Junior Ito. This is interesting. Kubo. Oh! He's lashed it towards goal from 30 yards and it's just dipped over the crossbar. Unlucky from Takefusa Kubo, and that will be the hydration break right now. And I'm just going to put the arrow down now. Yeah, Daisen Maeda has just come off before the hydration break for Junior Ito. Japan, they've come from behind once against the defensively stable Netherlands. And they're going to have to do it once again. Kubo was almost the man to do it there. Got a bit of cramp here as well. hydration break will take us over 68 minutes here. I think we'll go up to 68 and a half as the Japan players have finished their team talk and Netherlands have just finished with Ronald Koeman as players are back on, well, about to come back on to finish this game. I don't know what to do for coming games because I'm going to the gym on Monday, so I can't just come back, stream one game, and then do Cape Verde, Spain because I'm at the gym. And that means I won't be able to do Ivory Coast versus Ecuador, Sweden versus Tunisia, or Spain versus Cape Verde as soon as I get in before Spain. I'll be able to do Spain, Cape Verde, I think. I'll be able to do a bit of it at least. Right, substitutions for this hydration break here. Marlon, Somerville and Reinders coming off here. Come on, drive back. Gakpo. Look at Gakpo! Tried to squeeze one in at Suzuki's near post. Suzuki got down to make a really good save there. Keep Japan in it. Trying to figure out who's come on. That's Depay, isn't it? Memphis Depay will take this corner here. Japan for the meantime down with 10 because Takefusa Kubo is still off the pitch. And Van Hecker's header from the corner by Memphis Depay is straight at Suzuki. Taniguchi. Taniguchi. Doan. Watanabe. Watanabe gets the ball back off to Doan, and Van de Ven comes across, steps across nicely. And that's going to be a corner to Japan, and a set piece for Japan to take the lead. Junior Ito is over the corner. And coming off the pitch is Ritsu Doan. Watanabe and Kubo. Just listen to the commentator because I missed who came on for Japan, but you know. Thank you. Suzuki has the ball in his hands and hoofs it long. Maybe Wader can get him behind on the bounce there, and the header from Van Hecker was good in there as well. Sugawara in there was hoping to be one of the fortunate ones that it would bounce through to them, but no, it won't, because Van Dijk is a beast in the air. Now here's Sano of Mainz, Junior Ito, Takiro Tomiyasu, Taniguchi, Kamada, Hiroki Ito, Kamada, Junior Ito, Sugawara, Tomiyasu, Junior Ito, that's a delivery that nobody, orange or blue shirt, will attack, and Japan have a throw in, which is taken quickly to Hiroki Ito, Taniguchi, Tomiyasu, Ito, Junior Ito goes centrally to Sano, Tomiyasu, Sugawara, Wader was in there with the overhead kick, and Hiroki Ito survives off the scraps on the left hand side, and that's another good delivery from Nakamura, which nobody attacks. Junior Ito has got a throw in again for Japan. The throw in taken quickly and won by Frankie de Jong. Sugawara with a long throw in. The Southampton fullback hurls it into the penalty area. And to no avail. Well, the former Southampton fullback, I was supposed to say, but oh well. Suzuki. Hiroki Ito. Nakamura. Back to Ito again. Taniguchi. Tomiyasu. Suno. Dumfries. Verbruggen. Tomiyasu. Sugawara on the half turn. Now Junior Ito. Brilliant heavy touch. He's evaded Van de Ven. And Sugawara's strike. Oh, it was straight at Verbruggen. It was such a poor and tame strike. He needed to hit that with more power to test bar Verbruggen. And a lot lower than that. Because it was just a case of just doing that for Verbruggen. Oh, come on, Japan, man. Needs to be better. Because Netherlands are going to get all 3 points here if they don't up their game. And they've upped their game a lot. They've been a lot more attacking. They've been a lot more, oh, we need to push for a goal. And Netherlands have been a lot more like, we'll just let you tackle us and we'll just sit back. Because we are very good at defending and they are proving that. Tomiyasu. Sugawara. Tomiyasu again. Oh, that's a nice little ball to Wader. His touch got away from him and into Verbruggen. And about to have a substitution here. Ryan Gravenberg is going to come off for the Dutch. And Netherlands are clearly trying to hold their lead now because they have put on defender of Manchester City Nathan Ake onto the field. Sugawara. Taniguchi. Ito. Taniguchi. Tomiyasu. Sugawara. Junior Ito is in there as well. Or from him. Taniguchi. Tomiyasu. Suno. Sugawara. For Japan again. Japan have definitely controlled possession in these last 10 minutes. Kamada. Okay. Loses out to Junior Ito not once, not twice, but 3 times, and Japan have a throw-in courtesy of Junior Ito. Really, really good pressing from the Genk winger. And now Tomiyasu's delivery. Wader was waiting for it again. He's not got much service today. And Depay has been booked for barging over Takeda Tomiyasu. He knows it as well. A little bit of dark arts there, we don't mind it. Memphis, we don't mind it. Not the usual suspect you see for dark arts though. And, well, Wader, the striker of Japan, who I've just said is not getting Nakamura's service is now going to leave the pitch. As I'm trying to read what that says. Shiogai is to come on. For Japan. Brian Brobby is going to come on for Cody Gakpo now as well for the last sub of the game. Hurled down the line by Van de Ven. Brian Brobby takes it to the corner and is deflected off Hiroki Ito and into the hands of Suzuki, and here come Japan. Shiogai headed away by Van Dijk, and now Junior Ito takes a quick throw in to Sugawara. Taniguchi, Sugawara again, Suno, Sano, Kamada, and Ito. Good intervention in there from Frankie de Jong. And Nakamura's delivery in there was Shiogai, and is still with Junior Ito, and Van Dijk was in there. Heads it away to the edge of the area, only as far as Takiro Tomiyasu. Taniguchi. Kamada. Tomiyasu's down on the ground. And that is a foul and a free kick to Japan in a dangerous position to swing in a set piece, which Netherlands will probably defend really well. They've got structures like Van Hecker and Van Dijk. You could say Van de Ven as well, who are going to win the headers in there. Brian Brobby, of course, tall structure in there as well. Junior Ito, of course, headed away like we thought. But here's Nakamura. Sano. Nakamura. Nakamura's delivery. You can see Shiogai waiting there. Junior Ito. Still Ito. Oh, he found Kamada in a pocket of space, and it's a corner to Japan with 3 minutes of normal time remaining. Good stuff from the Samurai Blue. Junior Ito has the chance to send in a corner for Japan to save the day here. Shiogai, the near post, could not attack it. Sugawara under pressure from Memphis. Finds Sano with ease. Nakamura. Sugawara. Oh, what a through ball for Junior Ito. It's another corner and a brilliant tackle from Denzel Dumfries. What vision from the fullback there. Sugawara. With that through ball, Junior Ito has provided a lot of attacking threats for Japan since coming on for Takefusa Kubo, for Daisen Maeda. Oh, it's in! And it's Junior Ito's corner, and it's headed into the back of the net by Ogawa. And Japan have equalised with 2 minutes left to play. Oh, it's absolutely mental here. Netherlands subbed on a defender as well to hold the lead, and now Japan have struck back. Oh, and how that will hurt the Dutch. Ogawa with that header beating Vartverbruggen. Let's just have a look at that delivery from Junior Ito. Oh, and Netherlands have been so good in the air. And they finally win it in the air. And Bart Verbruggen does get a hand on it, but only manages to tip it into the roof of the net. And Japan have saved it. Late on. Deflection aided yet again. But it's Netherlands 2, Japan 2, with a minute remaining. And look at their faces. Well done, Japan. They've really deserved that. They've been pushing ever since that triple sub when Kubo had to go off. They've just been attack, and Netherlands have sat back and they've finally been punished for not trying to save a lead there. And now Netherlands will be scrambling for a goal. And Japan will be looking for a winner, a dramatic winner. We've hit 90 minutes. Mickey van der Ven's just been booked there for a holding offence. Van der Ven. Brilliant header from Sugawara. Junior Ito, man, tried to get it round Nathan Ake. And now Memphis Depay is struggling with Japan overloading the midfield with Daichi Kamada and Sano. And now it is going to be Japan that will try and break with 5 minutes approximately left to play here. Memphis Depay. Dumfries. Van Hecker. Van Dijk. Nathan Ake. Van Dijk again. Frankie de Jong. Denzel Dumfries. Dumfries again. Nice delivery towards the back post where Frankie de Jong was there. And so was Toon Koopmeiners. I think Koopmeiners was the man with the header. It's wide. It's nowhere near the target, but it's more positive from the Dutch. Royal Kuma must be fuming that the Dutch have thrown away the league like that with only a minute to play. Anyway, Ake. Watchalong, Denzel Dumfries. Dumfries' delivery deflected into the hands of Suzuki. Here's Nathan Ake. Sugawara. Van Dijk. Minus. Van Dijk. Nathan Ake. Ake. Nathan Ake. Now Van Dijk. Very well chested down by Denzel Dumfries. And there was the chance for Brian Brobby to get it back across, but no, to no avail. Another brilliant tackle from Taniguchi. And the Dutch will wait, but they cannot wait any longer because there is 1 minute of stoppage time to play. Tomiyasu heads out a long ball from Van Hecker. Quinton Timber. It's Mickey van der Ven. Depay. Coop Miners couldn't keep hold of it. And now Japan are away again. Junior Ito. He won't progress forward. Goes backwards to Sugawara. Will Japan run down the clock now? Or will they try and push here? Hiroki Ito. Japan know they're almost there, and I think they are just going to run the clock down to 96. And full time. The referee blows his whistle because the Japanese have saved a point in Group F late on. Ogawa's header from Ito's cross was absolutely perfect. Verbruggen got a hand to it, only managed to tip it into the roof of the net. And that was probably one of the only headers that Japan won in the penalty area that night, and it went in the back of the net. Ronald Koeman must be fuming inside that his team has just thrown away that 2-1 lead that they worked so hard for. Van Dijk's header at the start of the second half went in off the post. Nakamura fired a shot once again in off the post through a crowd of orange shirts. What a goal that was. Verbruggen diving extremely late for that one. And then, of course, Somerville once again off the post. Somerville probably scored one of the goals of the group stages from the corner of the right side of the penalty area to beat Suzuki from that range. It must have been a beautiful goal, and yes, it was. And finally, in the 89th minute, Ogawa's bullet header past Bart Verbruggen. Absolute chaos in the penalty area following Junior Ito's corner. And full time, Netherlands 2, Japan 2. What a tactical battle, and what a game we just had on our hands there. I mean, a debrief that we just had. Netherlands, after the Somerville goal, they sat back and had absolutely none of the ball. They just kept clearing it out and letting Japan have possession. And it cost them in the end, because letting Japan have that possession in the last 10 minutes of the game, they kept having set piece after set piece. They were going to win a header at some point, and they did. and it was on target and it went into the back of the net. Nothing that Bart Verbruggen could do about it, of course, but should Netherlands have done better managing that game there? Probably, because they didn't need to sit back at 2-1. They probably just needed to keep the ball in possession. They just didn't have to let Japan have all of the ball. They just didn't need to sit back and defend. We probably should have kept the ball in possession. They should have forced Japan to make the errors, play the ball into space when they could, and of course, they just couldn't afford to let Japan attack like that because they're good on the counter. They're good from set pieces, as I know now. Just a brilliant attacking side, and they really put the Dutch to the sword there. The Dutch looked so comfortable in the first half in possession. They didn't score a goal in the first half, but they were definitely more comfortable with the ball than Japan were. They got off to that flying start with Van Dijk's header and a quick ultimate spot from a counter-attack with Nakamura, and then Somerville got them back ahead, and all they needed to do was hold out, and they let Japan, like we said, had too much of the ball, and in the end that was what cost them. Full time, Netherlands 2, Japan 2.